morning, FlossTube. It's Chrissy, finally a farm girl. This is my FlossTube channel. It is October 9th, Sunday, and it is FlossTube episode 64. If you are new to my channel, I'm glad that you're here. This is my channel primarily about cross-stitching journey, the things I buy for cross-stitch, finishes, whips, sales, friendships, family. It's about everything I love. So welcome, and I'm glad you're here. For those that are my returning subscribers, thank you so much. I mean, this is a pure joy to just get out here every week with you and read your comments and hear what you have to say. And I love that you share so much. It's interesting that we can have friendships across the miles on something like YouTube platform or your Instagram gallery, but it is absolutely something that you can do. You can have incredibly close friendships and bonds. I have a wild hair right now, and I cut my hair, just so you know. But anyways, I'll get back to that in a little bit. It is just a pure joy for me to share this time with you. So let's get started. I am getting close to 8,000 subscribers, and I mean maybe about 150 off, I think. So we're not too far off from re-putting out there the huge box that I have for you, for a winner of. I tried to do it for the 7,000. It did not get claimed. In the meantime, things have been really crazy, so I decided to just put it off. I got close to 8,000. So when 8,000 hits, I just continuously kind of add to that box. Besides my regular giveaways, which there are 2 giveaways I need to get to people. After the hurricane, we kind of got behind in some of the mail here, but I will get them out to you, and that would be the winner of the planner and the quilt book, and one other. This week's giveaway was for my pattern release last week, and I will go through that a little bit later, but the winner is announced at the end of my YouTube video. It just works the best for my husband and I because he puts the videos together for me at the end and does the editing. And so sometimes you never know what you're going to see. He likes to have fun with it. And other than that, it's just a place where we've decided to put it in is because he leaves with our son in the morning. So if you're ever wondering why I do that, it's not because I don't want to share or announce with you here. It's just that I never want to have the automated generator pick the winner until the very end, giving everybody a chance to watch. So anyways, we put it at the end, and if you need to quickly get there, you can always fast forward to it. But either way, this week's giveaway was for, or last week's I should say, was for Beulah's Room on My Broom. So anyways, we will get back to that a little bit later. Well, what was my week like? It was blessed. It was really, really blessed. Monday didn't feel like a Monday. A lot of times Mondays are just, whew, but it did not feel like a Monday this week. My daughter got a new job, Olivia, and she's been looking for something up in the Gainesville area. And she had been at Bath & Body Works. She still will have hours from there. But anyways, she got a really nice job that she's really excited about at a high-end spa. So anyways, I was just really happy for her because you want your kids to be happy with what they're doing, even if it's a job in the interim until maybe they have a profession or career that is lifelong. So I was really thrilled for her. She likes the people. She likes what she's doing. She has a friend that she worked with at Bath & Body Works there, so she has somebody that she knows, and that's just a nice comfort level. She'll still be doing the Crafting Bunny Company on Etsy. I have a couple of things to share with you there because this job will allow her to still do that. So that was a great day to hear her so happy. And she gets to wear scrubs. I mean, how awesome is that? I love that. Comfy, comfy, comfy. And everybody looks, nice and clean cut. And I think that's just important. So anyways, that was one life update, not of my own, but for my daughter. My dad had eye surgery on Wednesday, and it had gotten put off and rescheduled a while back. So he was thrilled that it finally went through, and they replaced a lens. They did other things, but it was a success as far as everything went great. Went like clockwork. He's healing nicely. I went down Wednesday night for the typical event. Worked out great for our dinner with Dad and watched movie and things like that and Stitch. So that was Wednesday. Let's see. The rest of the week, I've kind of been in high gear for a fun weekend coming up this coming weekend. And I'm not going to share anything about that until it actually happens. And I think you guys will just get a kick out of the whole thing when you see it. So, okay. Yes, I cut my hair. I cut everybody's hair except for my daughter's hair in this family. I cut Randy's. I've been cutting his for a long time. I cut Philip's. I've been cutting his forever. And I cut my own. Now, for a long time, I had incredibly long hair. It was really, really blonde. But last year, I took the plunge, and all up in front was really gray. So I went natural. So I am over a year out, and I continuously let it get a little longer, and then I'll cut it up about 3-4 inches and give it somebody and keep trying to work out the dark. So will I keep it this length forever? I don't know. I just know that right now everything I have going on is natural and very gray, and it actually doesn't look near as gray as it is when you go outside. That's like, whoa. But so yes, I cut my own hair, and I'm kind of thankful that I can. It kind of started with the special needs mom, and just having the opportunity to set aside time to go do it, and it just evolved, from there. So that was another thing. Let's see, what else did I have? Okay, so should we talk about Stitchcon? Wednesday was the day we were supposed to, Keepsakes would announce who had gotten in from the wait list into Stitchcon. And oh my gosh, what an event that was this Wednesday. First, I just want to say thank you to Stephanie and to Barbara and all the Keepsakes staff that had to endure the situation they did with the blip with PayPal. I can't imagine how stressful that had to be for them with something of this magnitude, and a bunch of crazy women waiting to hear, or men, whether or not they got in to Stitchcon. So once the announcement came that there was some issues, because first thing in the morning I get, of course, Linda's message that says I'm in. Then I got my friend Jennifer from Sweet Chaos Stitcher. She's in. And I waited, and I waited, and I waited. And my husband was worried, only in the sense that this was his birthday gift to me. If I got in, and that's why we held off, he was going to pay the initial fee that you pay, or the retreat fee. So anyways, he was worried. Did it happen? Did it not happen? Did we have an email wrong, an inverted number? And then finally we started hearing the information from Stephanie on her Instagram stories about what had happened, and I started to calm down a little bit. But in the meantime, there were others that were still getting in because things were slowly going out. It wasn't until Stephanie started manually doing the invoices that mine came through, and it was paid for immediately. And I can tell you at this point that we have we already know Linda and myself and my friend Jennifer, Sweet Chaos Stitcher and Stitchy Linda, we will be doing the same thing we did last year, except Jennifer will be joining us and we will be driving it. So it's going to be the Three Musketeers on a road trip this year. And we're stoked. We are really stoked. This will be Jennifer's first time. This will be my second time. Linda, this will be her third. So sorry. Anyways, and then as far as from Florida goes, Jessica, Sweetwater Stitcher, got in. Melissa Neely got in. Edith, Karen, just our huge group. So we are so excited. And Ice Stitcher got in. Excited to see her again. I was really thankful. I was really thankful and grateful for the effort that Steph, and Keepsakes put in, and that they made that decision to just pull it back and go through all that work to get it out there. So anyways, definitely need to get my Stitchcon stitch back out. It's the part of the sale from Stitchcon 2022, and get it done, because the goal was for all of us to bring our finishes of that up to Stitchcon 2023 should we get in. Okay, moving along. Let me just double check. Who did I watch this week? I watched Annabella's, and I am so thankful that she had a little accident, a car accident. She's safe, she's fine, but it's still a scary thing to go through. So I said, some prayers for her so that she'd have some good healing. And it's just interesting to hear her shop, how it's coming alive, and it's going to be brick and mortar. So I love catching up with her. I watched the Fat Quarter Shop live, which is on Fridays, I think. So I watched that, and it's just, sometimes that's a good one for me to stitch to, because I can look up, I can look down, and I can still hear her, because she's also answering questions, and sometimes those questions are questions I might have. So I enjoy that. I would like to possibly one day do that myself. I think sometimes at first we don't quite know what questions we would want to ask a FlossTuber, but I've been doing this now long enough that maybe now it would be a good time. So you let me know if you'd ever like to do a live and where you can ask questions. Let me know. I would love to do that with you if that's something you'd be interested in. Okay. I went to Sunday Stitching last Sunday. I might have forgot that. That's why I recorded on Saturday. So a lot of good friends were there. Chris Lady was there. Stitchy Linda was there. Peter was there. He is O for Pete's Sake on Instagram. I think it's 04petessake.fl for Florida. He's an incredibly talented stitcher. Obviously, I was right next to Stitchy Linda. Jean got to stitch, and I got to do a little shopping, but mostly there to just stitch and be with friends. I saw, I think it was Gail. I'm trying to remember everybody at the table, but it was a really nice time. It was really relaxing. So sometimes it's just nice to just go sit at a table and stitch, and it's hard not to shop because you're surrounded, but hold on a minute. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, let me turn the page. All right, let's get going. 14 minutes in, and I have a gamut of stuff, so I'm so sorry. Sometimes that just, why is it right when you're recording that's when you decide to have a nose itch or you cough? Okay, what did I buy last Sunday? Because I don't have a lot of haul, but what I do have, I am excited to have. I went to Sunday Stitching wanting a heart in hand doodle pattern. I wanted the little square small one with Frankenstein and all the cute little characters, and Jean was out of it. My local needle shop is Brick City Cross Stitch in Ocala, Florida, and she carries plenty of Heart in Hand by Cecilia Turner, but she was out of that one. So what I did was I also love her Halloween Tiny Town. I don't know how I'm going to finish it, but I am excited to do that. So what I did was I grabbed all the 4 colors. Let me grab them for you. There are 3 classic color works, and the rest are Weeks die works. And I have to get it together on a little floss bling and get a project bag, which I don't have yet. But these are the colors. I love that there's a pink in there. And then I picked, it's really nice. Sometimes they just have these small little prepackaged fabrics. So I picked a 32 count, picture this, plus vellum. And that's pretty true. So I think that is gonna look good. And let's see. I know they have, I know they also have she's got Christmas and Blooming Tiny Town that is for spring. So anyways, I'm excited. It comes with 2 little buttons, and I've seen a few finishes. So I grabbed that, and then I grabbed needles. I stitch in hand, and I use Peacemakers size 28. And I always need new ones. And then I grabbed, one second here, another Heart in Hand, which was Halloween Frill, because I really did want a tiny little one that I could stitch up. I love that little witch and that broom. So I'm let's see what this looks like. Yeah, it's just so cute. So I was looking for a cute little start or something like that today during the day. And then I picked up 32 count Kermit. I don't know what for, but man, is it an awesome bright green for Halloween or something like that. And I think I've also seen Brenda Gervais use this as a called for on one of her Halloweens that she did. But either way, I picked up some Kermit. Again, it was, this was half off. So who am I to walk away from a sale on that, right? Okay, so that's what I want to put together and get kitted up and ready and protected in a bag. I'm going to put that right here. And then, what else did I buy? Okay, I guess we're going through haul right now. Today, Mama Loves You GB shared a new release, and it's called Button Bingo. And this is an original design, and I jumped on this, and I gotta tell you, there's only one reason why, and that's because my mom played bingo. And I thought, what a cute and perfect way to have some sort of visual remembrance of something she loved. And look how cute it is, even displayed. So it's a small, I just think it's so sweet. And I love that you can use, buttons. And then what was so cute is Michelle was sharing how you can pick whatever numbers you want, and they can be relative to dates. So to me, I thought that would be really cool if I put our birthdays in there, grandchildren's whatever. It's kind of nice. I can put my parents' anniversary, whatever. And so I picked this up really quick this morning, and I wanted to share that to you because, my mom had the bingo bag. My sister and I have gone to bingo with my mom. It was a cute memory. She's done bingo with her grandkids. So, go ahead and give, if you don't follow Mama Loves You GB, give her a follow on Instagram. She does some beautiful designing herself and releases reproduced antique samplers of her own. So, and this I got off of Etsy. So I will link her at the end, but just in case you want to get a little closer. So I'm going to use some of my mom and my grandma's antique buttons on there too. I just had to. So good job, Michelle. That was really cute. Okay, what else did I get? I bought two. Let me see if I can find a piece of paper here for you to put it. I'll put them against this. Okay, I bought from the Crafting Bunny Company, my daughter's Etsy shop, both Lincoln Floss Bling. There you go. Let's see if I can get this easier. I missed out the first time, and then hold on, my charm is there. I missed out the first time, and then I said you need. A few people had asked for more, so she made I think 14, and there's a few left in her shop. But I love these for patriotic, and the charm was the eagle charm I was talking about. Is so good. There you go. It's such a pretty charm. So, anyways, I was happy to have one of each of those, and then I know she's going to put some Christmas out there, but this one is, I think that's so good. Now, this is I have one other Lincoln floss drop, and that is from Tiny House Stitcher, and so I think that's going to be fun. Because hers is oval, so now I've got some good patriotic bling, and I need to grab a George Washington too. But anyways, so those were from the Crafting Bunny Company. I will link that at the end, and I think that might be the end of haul, except for something really fun that came in, and I want to share that with you a little bit later. So let's go through whips. First of all, I will do this one. 1 second here. Okay, this is my whip from #CastingASpell_Sal. This is Blackbird Designs book, Casting a Spell, and it is a stitch along that I'm doing with a big group of people right now. The Camping Stitcher has joined us. Ginger Scholl is joining us. Stitching Linda. These are all names from Instagram Stitchers. Sweet Chaos Stitcher, I know she was running low on a floss this weekend, so, and I might be getting close, but I'm not sure. This one I am using, I grabbed my own floss. I have some that are the same, but I was shy on a couple. So I will show you right here. And I am using 30 count pecan shortbread. And I had a blast stitching on these this week. I had started them last week. So this is the pecan shortbread. I got a needle minder on there. These are the colors that I picked. And then the most recent one that I finished is, I finished this one, I think a night ago, or Friday night maybe. So I've now got one more block done that I need to turn into a pillow. Now I made a decision after last week when I was chatting with you. I had shown them as a flat, the ones that I had finished in flat, and they just really didn't pop up to me. They sit down low in the box. So I finally did one of the bigger size pieces and turned it into a pillow. She shows those as a pillow, and I decided I wanted all of them to look like that, even if it reduced the size in the box. I like the look of those pillows. And so I'm using this wool as all of their backing fabric. So let me show you where I'm at. And let's see if I can. This is my box. 1 Sorry if there's fingerprints. I've been kind of in and out of it all week as I finish something. Let's see if I can get the So I have, you can see I have two of the bigger ones done. So I've got two more to, let's see if I can get that glare out of there for you. Here, let me do it this way. Okay, maybe they'll stay. Okay, there you go. This is where Halloween will go. I finished that. I just need to finish it. I'll fully finish it. And then these two, and obviously up here. So I have one more of these to do. This is a quick stitch. So when it comes to the bigger ones, all I did was slit the back because they're so small and whip stitched it. Eventually I will put something over it, and one of them will have the 2022 charm on it. But you can see where I've whip stitched it. Ah. Okay. Oh, hold on. Backwards. This is what I worked on. This little tiny guy is the one I worked on Sunday at the Stitch-In. And this one I really learned. Okay, so this pecan shortbread, I just am, to me, it is not the best fabric for finishing into pillows. It is a beautiful fabric to stitch in, beautiful for samplers. It is so silky soft in your hand, and when you stitch in hand, I mean, that's important. But as far as for finishing, I just call it loosey-goosey. So if you push on anything, and I learned, because I almost poked a hole through it, so this one does not have a great corner on it, because I was very fearful after busting through one corner to push too hard. So anyways, I was glad that with these little ones, what I did was, once I decided to make them into pillows and go back, I left one end open, and then I just hidden stitched it closed. And it takes literally nothing to fill them up. So they don't take, I was trying to get the crow one out. Okay, so this is another one that I did. And once I started learning with the fabric where my limits were, I was getting some better finishes. But he's so cute, that crow's so cute. So this one was the first little one I finished with my name on it, and I did slit the back like the way Lori Holt does it and shows it, but I had to cut so much to get it to turn inside out that the whip stitch is to me is too long. But so I learned so much with this. I also learned in finishing this one here, when it was still flat, was supposed to be in this box, and it didn't fit. So all of a sudden it dawned on me, well, try a different section, because these are not your most expensive wood products. This is a Hobby Lobby box for $5. It's wonderful. It's so great that they have stuff like this. So it was easy enough for me to just move it around, and it fit better in that one. So if you find yourself struggling with something, I mean, just move it around. It's no big deal. So I got, this one goes down here. I got this all messed up. But anyways, this is fun. And then this one goes down here, and I'm getting close. I have to say that this is probably one of the funnest things I've done, sewing wise. And I've got it sitting in my living room now because they're finished. And so as I add, I just go stick it in there. So that is our, it started October 1st, Casting a Spell, Sal. Please feel free to still join us, because there's several that were waiting to get the pattern, and they were not able to start when we started. That's the first one. Okay. Whips, we're on whips. Okay, I did put a little stitching into my original designed sampler. I worked a little bit while I was watching Fat Quarter Shop yesterday, and I apologize because I have to rip out one of my numbers, so you're going to just see the thread. But this is one that is honoring my grandmother Olivia. It's my first original design sampler, and this is my progress. Now, excuse this. There you go. There. This number was down 1. So I was able to, let's see here, there you go. There's the whole thing. I was able to get one angel done, and then there's letters or numbers in between here and another angel, and then I need to go up here and put some initials. But I'm getting there, and it's just a fun, to me, this is really a joy to stitch. It is stitched on, one second. I think I want to say, yeah, Heartland. 32 count Heartland. It's one of my favorite fabrics to use, but 32 count Heartland with a couple of dyed floss, and it's just fun, and it's nice to hear that others are wanting me to release it when I'm done. So you absolutely have my commitment to do that. I just have had a good time stitching on this. It's one of those samplers that it's got a lot of meaning in it for me, but I think you can tweak it and make it your own, and it's not incredibly complex. So anyways, it's been fun. Okay, birthday sal. All right, I stitched on my birthday sal for a little bit. I didn't stitch as much. I was really going to town with the Blackbird. But this is my birthday sal, A Witch in Her Garden by Brenda Gervais, with Thy Needle and Thread. And let's see. Oh, for Pete's sake, Peter, he has his finished up. He was working on his when we went to the stitch-in, and it's beautiful. This is my progress. Get it folded in the right spot here. Right here. So I'm going from the witch, well, I guess on the pattern over to the right. So this is the end here. And then I have to come back here and go in this direction. Chris Leedy, she has finished hers, and she finished it in a drum, and it is gorgeous. I shared it on my Instagram stories. What a phenomenal finish. I actually, even though I bought the pumpkin stalk and what you needed to finish it the way that Brenda Gervais shows it on the stand, but I am very inclined to have it finished into a drum the way that Chris Leedy did. She used a wool top. She has some cute pumpkin pins and candy corn, just sweet fall pins, and it is cute as a button. She did a great job on her very first drum. And she's at the she was able to get into the Shepherd's Bush retreat, so she is traveling right now. But anyways, this is really fun too. This is 36 count with one floss, and that's different for me, but this has been really a joy to stitch on, very easy to see. I did watch Hocus Pocus 2, watched that with my daughter, stitched on this. It's just been a really fun October so far, and it's only approaching halfway. It has been really fun and also really relaxing, and you know, hurricanes are awful, but it's also brought this weather, and sometimes what you'll see is this huge camaraderie and teamwork of efforts to getting things done. Do you ever wish it for someone to relive it? No, not at all. But the weather that has followed, has been really enjoyable. So it feels like fall here, and we don't often get that. There are many Halloweens where we are sweating to death in our costumes, and so this has been a nice surprise, a nice element left over from Ian. Okay, now what? Well, I did have a, I'll share last week's release, just because in case you missed it, this is my room on a broom with all of my fun little characters. And it has been so fun to see so many people purchase and tell me who they're making it for. I think it's so fun that they're making it for both this and Beulah and Greta. It's fun to hear that people are sharing their stories as to who they're making it for, their best friends or, you know, whatever. So this is the one I did that honored one of my favorite books from when I worked in the school district, Room on the Broom. And I thought it was so funny because a good friend of mine, Tina from Team Egner, she got a note home from her daughter who has, I've shared before, you know, our friendship centers around many things, but we also have two very special needs children, and the teacher read Room on the Broom that day to Emily. So that was funny, and the timing was so cool. So that was last week's, and that was the giveaway from last week. So I just had a good time. Well, then I mentioned to you that I had met a woman named Clara, and that I thought I liked that name, and I would probably steal her name. She was just super sweet. She ran into me up and Linda too at Brick City Cross Stitch. And so it was really cute. And she was buying the pattern for Matilda, and they were traveling south. So anyways, I used her name and I designed my first cat, and her name is Clara. So this is stitched on 32 count Eclipse colors, and she is on Etsy. It is a hot pink hand dyed. There's some orange in there. I don't know that you'd ever quite see, but you can tell up in here. But for the most part, what you see is the hot pink. And so it's just a sweet little pillow. She's getting ready in her little witch cape and her witch hat to go trick-or-treating with her bucket. And of course, in jumped a friend. We got a little candy corn going on, wonky whiskers, and then my first little ghost, which had to have a bow. So it's finished with just some of that polka dot. And on the back, I had a cute little, I just added a ghost charm, a little cat fabric. So this was beyond fun to stitch on. I think that's the fun part about Halloween stitching, is I typically do not stitch in anything but neutrals. And so when you can stitch black on hot pink and it pops out like that, it just makes you feel like a kid again. So I had a really good time. The only specialty stitches are a French knot in each of the eyes, that if you wanted to, you could replace one of the greens with a black and it would be just fine, and the long stitches for the whiskers. I did add on the collar, it's charted, so you don't have to if you don't want to, but I thought that this charm, it's a little spider, there you go. I added it on the collar. And these charms were just from Amazon. So that was so much fun. Now let me share with you, I was given this fabric, and she's available in Fat Quarter Shop now, she's available in my Etsy shop now, and then I will approach the other stores, or if you ever want your LNS to carry hard copies of my patterns, all you gotta do is tell them and they can reach out. But I was given a little sample pack of Eclipse colors. Now, she's in Italy, and I started a sampler on the neutral colors she sent me, and she asked me to try her fabrics. So she sent it to me, and in the pack was a neutral that I'm using on a Scarlet House sampler, and I love it. And then she sent me a package of different sizes of all these other colors. And so you can't see, but there are small, I don't think I can get you there. There's small little, there's actual glitter in there too. So I wanted to pull out the others that she sent to me so you can see. one, they smell like amazing lavender. I don't know how she does that, but it smells good. But so here's a purple. And see, you can see this sparkles in there. And then here's an orange, orangey. It's actually a little more orange than what it's showing because I don't consider it to be yellow, and it's showing up a little bit lighter than it is. But maybe if I put this behind there, that might be better. But she sent me these really nice size pieces, and in it was this hot pink for Clara the cat. And I thought, oh, how fun. I mean, and you can put it on purple and swap out the cape, you know, the cape color. The actual Weeks Dye Works purple I used, I just wanted the coat to have variation, was called Ultraviolet. And it was fun. You can see it changes colors right there. And the rest are all DMC. So that is Clara the cat, and that is Eclipse Colors that you can find on Etsy. And I don't know that she has that exact one. Of course, you know, it's just as you can look for hot pink, and if you're shopping at Fat Quarter Shop, you can look for a fabric that they have there in the floss. So that's one of the nice parts about Fat Quarter Shop, is it's a little bit like 1, 2, 3 Stitch, where you can see, you're able to order the floss at the same time and kind of kit it up for yourself. So that was my release this week, and that is the giveaway pattern for this week. And you can just use maybe we can just make it easy. We can do you know, cat. That's easy enough. I'm sure you can tell me how many cats you have, whether you're allergic to cats, whether my grandmother hated cats. I don't know why, but she did. My grandmother, my mom's mom, she hated cats, and they had a farm, and there was a lot of them on there, but it was not her thing. So you always made sure the cats steered clear of grandma. And I don't know why, but either way, it's just a funny thing that everybody remembers. So use the word cat, and I am going to include in it this week and for last week's. Fat Quarter Shop sent me a really lovely package of some extra things that I get to give away. Some I'm going to put in to the 8,000 subscribers, so please check, make sure that you like and subscribe so we hit the 8,000 and I can get this big box out of my closet and other people stitching. But they sent me some extra project bags. So I thought it would be great with the last 2 patterns when they're claimed. So this week's and last week's to include a project bag for you. I have this one, and then I actually have a 3-pack. So I will go ahead and break it apart, and so we can get some project bags out to people. So sorry about the crinkling. Okay, talking about Fat Quarter Shop. I was so excited. This is maybe not normally something I would stitch, but I have an idea. I still have a very empty, lonely tier tray for Halloween. I can pull off farm stuff, but I've still got to work on filling up my tier tray with Halloween stitches or fall stitches. So this one has come out. I have seen many of you start it. So I'm not going to do it as part of the sale, but I am going to stitch it. And I thought part of the problem I'm having with my tier tray is ones that will fit. Maybe I didn't get the best tier tray, I don't know. But I love the fact that I can use and do certain ones that are standing up, or rectangle shape, and then some that are square shape. I love the simplicity of just whipping out the colors. So I am going to go grab all the colors. I'm going to get some fabric that I enjoy stitching on, and I am going to just slowly work on making some of these. And this one here is awesome. Am I inclined to stitch it all? Sometimes I would have to change some of the colors, but I'm really excited to stitch some of these individually and finish them up, maybe in a fall box the way I did Blackbird Design, because I'm pretty confident a lot of these would work. So I am definitely going to stitch on this. I thought it was fabulous. I have the needle minder. Hold on one second. Slipped away. The needle minder is adorable. There you go. It is Autumn Love, and this is a Lori Holt design. And then there is this needle minder. Now, it calls for 25 count Lugana, barley Lugana. And it's stitched 2 threads, 2/2. Who said wood wall decor? Okay. They're showing how the finish is. But anyway, so this is an It's So Emma pattern, and this is called Autumn Love, and it was designed by Lori Holt, and I love her fall elements. So I am going to get stitching on some of these, and I'm going to try and vamp up my tiered tray with these, and I think that would be fun. So I can put some sunflowers, and I can put some of those. I got a black crow, put him in there. So I kind of finally got an idea in my head. It just won't be done this year. So, but at least with these, you can get a few done and be happy. She also had a new stitch card come out, and one second here. I wanted to share that because, okay. I know a lot of you know all about the stitch cards and the stitch box that they have for the cards. I have never had one before, but I have a red one, and I have 3 packs of her stitch cards. This one I would not be normally inclined, not because I don't like them, but I'm really not into the gnomes, but I spotted this mushroom that I think would be so great stitched for Jeremiah. So if any of y'all are out there stitching on Miss Jenny or Jeremiah, how cute would that pillow be in their lap? Or in their lap, I'll show you what I mean in a second, but with those smalls. So I just thought, how cute is that? I love the fact that she just designs anything and everything, and she can make it look so cute. So this one I'm jumped right on, and I'm excited to do that. So this is set N, just in case you are a Jeremiah, which Fat Quarter Shop carries my patterns too, so Jeremiah is there too, so you can get both at the same time. It's so fun. So that was that. That was Fat Quarter Shop fun. Now, I found more haul. I forgot. Okay, I want to, since I was just showing finishes and my release, I also wanted to share that I was able to, I mentioned that Stitchy Linda had made a really special birthday gift for me. She stitched up something very special, and then I took it immediately that Monday after my birthday to the framer. I use Mike at Hobby Lobby at the Mount Dora shop, and he's so good to me and with my pieces. So this is the finish, and this is the piece that Linda stitched for my birthday. So this is Linda, and she did blue, and this is me. And I love, my favorite color's red. I believe that she changed, the birds were blue and she made them cardinals because we both love cardinals. So I love this, and it's a scattered seed samplers pattern, but she used really, oh, that's a good one. Now you can see it. But how beautiful is that, and how sweet. So sometimes I miss my hair being that really long. But and I love our waistline, right, Linda? I love this waistline. We could only. So I love this, and I was so excited to be able to share that with you. I'm all over the place today, but that's okay. It's okay. I had all this stuff stacked on. Last night, I didn't know what I wanted to stitch on. I had both of those sals, and I didn't feel like stitching on either one of them, and I don't know why, but I'm really still into Twin Peak Primitives Haunted House Sampler. This is another sal, started last year, and I have been diligently, well, not diligently because I work on the others, but I have been putting some good love into this pattern. So let me show you the pattern, which you've seen it 100 times, but this is Haunted House Sampler by Twin Peak Primitives. And Emily C. started a sale last year, and I jumped on that. This was a limited edition kit. However, they did end up releasing the pattern because it was on such high demand. I am using a 32 count grasshopper, and this is my progress. I have been trying to work on the house, and I've kind of abandoned everything else because once you get working on it, these colors in the pattern are quite similar sometimes, just looking at the pattern colors that it gives, and like the legend. And so I think once you have the mindset, I'm just sticking with it until I'm done, and this is the end here. I added the crow last night. I finished up here. I came in here and filled in underneath this last ghost. I have one window to do here, and I may or may not finish that up tonight. And then I believe I am done with the house. And then my intention is to come back once I get this part over here, is to finish this part here with Halloween and finish it. But I felt like once I got the house done, I would be so motivated and the rest will go a lot faster. I did change the crow. The crow does have, it had a little, not like a quilt block, but some color on his wing. And I just liked a real primitive straight black crow, so I did change that. And so I'm moving right along on that, and I really do anticipate that this will be a 2022 finish. The border isn't terribly hard once you get going on it, and so I'm kind of excited about this one. I'm kind of excited that I feel like this finishes. It's not this week, but it's definitely, you know, coming soon. These are all DMC threads, and their kits are really fun because they come with, you know, some really cute special things that go with each of their patterns. So this one had the little pumpkin cut out for your DMC floss. Okay, so I'm sorry, I forgot about that whip. Okay, and now I'm gonna jump back into haul. I had to put stuff, there's a little bit left. I forgot I put it in this basket. I found there is a place I visit. It's called Wildwood Antique Mall. Philip and I love it. It's antiques, it's thrifts, it's all sorts of goodies, and it's really relaxing there. He fits well when we travel with a wheelchair in there. So anyways, my friend had told me there was actually a fabric store not too far down the road from it. So I went there for the first time. Philip, he doesn't fit very well in there because of the wheelchair, but it wasn't terrible. I was able to get a good look and at least see what the store was like, and I picked up 2 of the ghostly greetings, actually 3, but one was a gift. So this ghostly greetings, and they had them on sale, so it was really nice. But if you recall the quilt that my friend Tina made for Philip, it's on my Instagram feed. I should have brought it and I could show you. I'll show it to you next week. But it's all these really cool primitive fabrics, and I'm better stitching with charm packs, and I love to use them for finishing. So but I can tell you that Fat Quarter Shop carries these as well, and it's called Ghostly Greetings. So I grabbed a couple of those, and I'm hoping to accomplish maybe a table runner for my dining room table, something nice and easy. I had an eBay purchase, and it was a kit called Winter Wonderland by Chessie and Me, and I thought that was real cute. And I have a board like this. It came with everything. So that was that. Those were the last of the haul. Sorry, they were just hidden in this basket. Okay, I got 2 fun things of Happy Mail, and this one came from Joanne Dillon. So Joanne, thank you so much. She messaged me on Instagram and she's like, I saw something for you. I just want to, I just want to get it out to you. And It is so nice. It is by Tiger Lily Designs. And on the back, it's all this project information. And I absolutely love this because I could use it for anything, but I really think I would love to have this for my own designs. So that I can keep them in a card box like that and just keep track of what I used for it. So thank you so much, Jen. This was really nice for someone to just think of me in the middle of something they're doing or shopping, and I want to feel like she was at a retreat, but I'm not sure. Anyways, I think the message came right before hurricane and stuff, so it got a little crazy there for a while, but thank you so much, Joanne. I really do have a special thing in mind, and I think it's going to be great. So, and then, okay, this one's kind of really so sweet and so interesting to me. I had a very special lady, Julie Hughes, reach out to me after Queen Elizabeth had passed, and she had mentioned that she wanted to send something to Philip from where she is from. Hold on one second here. And so she was, I'm gonna need my glasses, give me 1 second here. She went to the Royal Mint and she wanted to pick up all this stuff for Philip, and she was looking for also a Paddington bear, but they're, I guess, after she passed, very hard to come by a little bit over there. So anyways, she sent something special to me, which was for Stitchy Friends, and it's this cute little thing here. And basically it says, close your eyes and make a wish and put this bracelet on your wrist. When your bracelet breaks in two, your wish is ready to come true. And it says, friends are like stars. You don't always see them, but you know they were always there. So I wanted to wait before I actually put it on to show it to you. Hold on 1 second here. But her name on Instagram is Julie Hughes September Lady Stitches. September Lady Stitches. And so I can't thank you enough, Julie. This is so sweet to have mail come literally what feels like across the world. I will say this is how it came. It was already opened. Both ends were already opened. I hope everything that was in here, nothing fell out, but it was so cool to see this come like this. And Philip and I are gonna sit down and go through all of it, but I wanted to show you first because he needs to be in, you know, I wanted to put everything in the bag and do it right for him. So I will still be able to share a picture on Instagram of it, but she sent the bag so I could put everything in it for him. And 1 second here. And then she sent along all these cool things that Philip will get a kick out of. But look at that postcard. How cool is that? From the Royal Mint. And this one. And then, oh, oopsie. Hold on 1 second. Okay. I was trying to find Pontypridd. I wish I could pronounce where she's from. Pontypridd. But it's not easy. So she said her note is really sweet. That is just a few little items for you to share with Philip about South Wales, and that's their home and their monarchy and castles. So I thought that was so sweet and at such an appropriate time. I love that. So, and here's some castles. And I mean, Philip will get a big kick out of looking at the castles and all this kind of stuff. So, thank you so much. Here's another one. Whoa, he would like that. And a map of North and Mid Wales. So this was all from the Royal Mint experience, which, hey, by the way, gotta be cool. Little tiny mouse right there. I'm just saying, they know their stuff. So super sweet Happy Mail. I just am always blown away. I got a really, oh, and this is cool. This shares the timeline of the British history rulers, and it's on a ruler. How cool is that? Like going all the way back. That is so cool. Amazing. Amazing things that people do to bring you a smile, and oh my gosh, does it ever. Okay, let me put this down here. And I wanted to share my plans next week are to finish up the Casting a Spell Blackbird designs. I just want to finish it. I'm so close. I enjoy it so much. So I want to go ahead and get a finish on that. I would like to work a little more on my birthday sale, The Witch in a Garden. I would like to start some of the smalls from the Autumn Love and maybe start working on a tiered tray, you know. I really would like to work on my haunted house sampler sale, but I have to be honest, I'm kind of in a Christmas mood, so I might put something aside and pull out a Christmas whip and put a little effort into an older Christmas whip that hopefully I'll share some progress with you. Last week I have Greetings from the North Pole, and that was something I started with Linda last year. She has finished it, of course, but I really want to make sure that I have it for this year. Okay, last thing. I have a friend that I have known for several years on Instagram. Her name is Deb, and her Instagram name is Wildoberry Farms. Wildoberry Farms. She makes handmade Annie dolls, primitive dolls, just all sorts of fun stuff. And she had shared this, a few of her next items that she had that were going to go in her booth. She's in California. So, and then she'll sell them, or she can pull them from her booth if you see something that you like on her Instagram feed. And I've done that a few times. I missed out on something she had, and we got chatting. And when we got chatting, I mentioned that I didn't know if she had caught up. I didn't know if she knew that I had started doing some of my own designs, and that I had a couple of critters that I really was thinking if there was a way she could incorporate a mouse with her Annie, that would be great. And as we chatted, she said, okay, would it be okay if I made them in the likeness of your critters, Jeremiah, Miss Jenny, and Matilda? And so this is what arrived, and I had to share them with you on Instagram yesterday. But this is my Annie, and this is her Matilda that she gets to, you know, put her arm around. Now you can tell how, you know, kid at heart I am. And then this is Miss Jenny. And this is Jeremiah. Yeah, each one that she makes sure to give you a little thing on the back in case you want to hang them on something. And I've had one of her Annies hanging off of a quilt ladder, super cute. So all of them have it. If you don't want to use it, you know, you just put it back. But so, you know, as far as catching up on Jeremiah goes, he asked her out. So they're going to go on their first date. And so how cute is this? And one of the big reasons I wanted to eventually see if I could work this out with her was I thought, how cute for a future trunk show. If and when I ever get to that place, I have had one small trunk show at Welcome Stitchery. Oh, I watched them too. Justine, and but I sent up just a few of the things that she had for a retreat she was doing, 24 hours of cross stitch. And so I have really given a lot of thought to, I know it's going to take me a bit to, if I ever were to get into Nashville market, I know the wait list is long, but perchance it ever comes, I thought I would like a critter corner. And I would like to be able to have some of my critters I've created in this form to sit next to the stitches. So that's kind of how this all evolved. So I don't know that if you like Primitive or you like Annie's, definitely give Deb from Wildberry Farms a follow. And let me see if I got her card right here. She always puts her card on the back. WILDO Berry Farms. And she tells you, you know, how it's handmade. She can make them if you have your grandkids, you know, using them. She can use them to make sure that they're all safe and all that. I love the fact that, did she sign the others? Yeah, she signs them. So she's signed the butt of Matilda. So, oopsie, I got my floss stuck on them. But so yeah, so, you know, I'm just a big kid at heart, I guess. I think that's why I like Halloween so much, too. I have a new Beulah design that I worked on during the week, and I think it's really sweet when people share, you know, the love of some of these characters. They're a lot of fun for me, and I just feel really grateful that this is part of my stitching journey on mine right now is designing some things like this Clara. I won't forget meeting Clara. I won't forget the name Clara. I've always had a black cat. I had a black cat when I was very first married, and I don't think I've ever not had a black cat. I don't know why. I really don't know why. It's not a Halloween thing. It's nothing. I just have always had one. So it made perfect sense for me to create a Clara as a cat. I have a new one, and her name is Newton. Now, she is a design that's kind of hovering around Stitchy Linda. Linda's last name is Newton, and my grandfather loved Fig Newtons. It was his favorite thing, and if you took his Fig Newtons, he'd chase you. And, you know, he always had his Fig Newtons and coffee, and there are just sweet memories that go with certain things, and I tend to enjoy creating a character around that, and I love hearing that you are having a good time with those characters that I've created. Other than that, I think I'm going to go for a walk with my husband. The weather's so great. Philip and I covered about 7.5 miles this week so far, and as soon as the boys get home from Sam's, we are going to go for a walk together, so I'm excited about that and get out. I think that's really it. Like I said, I have a very exciting week starting on Friday this week, and there will be pictures ahead, so I will look forward to sharing that with you. I think that's it, guys. I just want to stitch. I just want to stitch, and design. And I'm so glad that you're joining this journey with me. So at this point, this one just kills me, Ginger. At this point, I will say goodbye. Have a great time stitching this week. Those of you that are waiting to start your casting a spell, we're excited to see your progress. Tag us all in it. That would be Stitchy Linda, Sweetwater Stitcher, Ginger Shoal, you know, whoever you find that you know is doing it, you know, make sure you let your friends know and tag them in it so we can all see how we are finishing our boxes. Other than that, I will see you guys. I wonder how that will work out. It might be Sunday night. It could be Sunday night. Yeah, we will see. But I will have a lot to share Sunday at some point with you. and I'm so glad you joined me today. It's always fun. Make sure you like and subscribe. Use the word cat. Make sure you're over 18. I'm so sorry for the delay in getting out the other winners. They will go in the mail this week, and I know I said that last week, but then we had hurricane stuff and things were late. I was so shocked that this delivery from California came so quickly. She held on to it. Deb held on to those critters for me just to make sure that they weren't stuck anywhere because of Hurricane Ian. So anyways, I love you all. Happy stitching, and don't forget to floss. Bye, guys.